Hi, everybody, it's me again, and today I have a very interesting article that I found. This article, I think, is probably the most important one that I've read, and I'm going to try my damnedest to get this to Sargon of Akkad because he was, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the first person to find this link, the Diagra link. But I'll get to that in a minute. This is from recode.net, and it's called Debunking the Idea That Gamergate Isn't About Sexism. It was made October 20th, so that was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And it was written by Eric Johnson. Now, if you look at that picture and you look at those beady eyes, you'll remember that Eric Johnson was the person who was with Brianna Wu for her CNN interview. And I think a lot of people were going, who the fuck is this fucking beta guy? Who is this guy? What a douchebag. Well, now we're going to find out about this guy, this Eric Johnson. Let's continue. I'm not going to read this whole article because a lot of it is just your typical hit piece stuff. Gamergate is about harassment because look at what happened to Zoe Quinn and Brianna Wu and Anita Sarkeesian. They had to flee their homes because people threatened to kill them, and it's even though we have no proof, we're going to say Gamergate did it, and that's what a lot of this article is about. The part that separates this article from, I'd say, any other fucking article that anybody's ever read is this right here. I'm going to highlight this area right here. When another opponent of Gamergate, Gamasutra editor-at-large, Leia I Am the Megaphone Alexander, wrote a strongly worded opinion column criticizing its supporters, Gamergaters successfully convinced Intel to pull its advertising from her site. When a male writer, Dan fucking Golding, Dan the Game Is Over Golding, made a very similar and also widely disseminated point on his blog, nothing happens. Now you might ask yourself, who is Dan the Game Is Over Golding? Let's take a look. This blog, if you are someone who watches Sargon's videos, is a blog I think you know about, but it's a blog you didn't know about when all of this began. This blog, written by Dan Golding on his Tumblr, basically talks about, this is the what would you call it? The genesis of Gamergate. This article or blog that he writes is based off of a article written by Adrian Shaw. And I'll go to that right now. Called Do You Identify as a Gamer? Gender, Race, Sexuality, and Gamer Identity. In Dan Golding's blog, he is basically talking about, the end of gamers and gaming is over and gaming's done and blah, 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 blah. All of these other websites who were attacking gamers, Kotaku, Gamasutra, they had all cited this guy's article as a source, but a lot of gamers weren't really paying attention to that. A lot of gamers didn't notice that. We were very upset at the fact that these websites that we had known for a very long time, these very popular websites, were now attacking us and calling us a bunch of shitheads and misogynist shits and misogynist nerds and minorities don't exist. They're sock puppets and every gamer is a great big fat fucking white guy who hates women and wants to beat them and shit. Those were the sites that people got angry with. Those are the sites that we're attacking right now and saying that, to the advertisers, hey, these people are shitting on your readers. And fucking, you look at Sam Biddle and Gawker, they're bullying their readers now. They're fucking bullying them. And of course, they when they get bitched out by real men, he wants to cry and say it was just a joke. But, it was just a joke. But the point is, back to my original point. is that they're basically saying that yes, this link to Diagra that some YouTubers had found, yeah, it's real, confirmed, confirmation. No more hearsay, no more he said, she said. Their defense, their feeble defense, is saying that no one was attacking Dan Golding. No one was trying to get his sponsors taken. What fucking sponsors? What is this? This is the fucking Tumblr blog. What sponsors? Intel got pulled away from Gama Sutra, but none of the, very well-known sponsors that Dan Golding has were, you know, being pulled. Nothing happened to Dan Golding. And it's because he's a man. I basically received no blowback over this, Golding said. Some YouTube videos about it, probably Sargon's videos, some forum posts, a few blah blah blah, but nothing real ever really happened. It's clear they're going after the megaphone and not me because, and it's got nothing to do with the kinds of guy. It's because no one knows who the fuck you are, Dan. No one knows, and honestly, it's important to know at this point, but regardless of who wrote those original articles, the point is these were gaming websites that people knew for a long time and trusted for a long time. Dan Golding is a nobody that no one knows about. And honestly, there's nothing to attack. It's almost like this website is saying that these random unknown people who are sending death threats have only sent them to women and they haven't sent them to Dan. Which is bullshit, because if someone did send Dan a death threat and then Dan had to flee his home, well, then they would just say, well, we're ISIS again. We're terrorists. So that's not a real point. This whole article is bullshit, but it's a very important article because of this. Their feeble attempt to try to fight back against all of the advertisers pulling out. And best believe, all of these advertisers will eventually pull out. They do not want to be associated with people like you. People who attack their readership and slander them to no end and no real evidence. And whenever someone criticizes you, you tell them to go fuck themselves. And now that it's biting you back in the ass, these people actually started attacking them, calling them fucking, you're a misogynist by default. You're backing Gamergate. I mean, even right now, fucking Adobe is pulling their ads from The Verge, I think, and and The Verge is attacking Adobe as well. So it's just like, yeah, guys, keep shitting on all of your advertisers who are pulling out. I'm sure the rest of them won't follow suit. But once again, in closing, I really want Sargon to see this. Someone higher up in the food chain needs to see this article. Because it is just, it's so, what should I call this? But when you go down here, it says, he was sent an email of someone telling him to go kill himself. Now, if someone sent a tweet to literally who saying go kill yourself, they would be blowing that the fuck up and saying that, look, they're harassing them, they're trying to silence them. Gamergate is misogynist. But when he admits that he was sent a tweet here by Voice of Reason, he should teach by example, #seppuku. So, he's telling him to go kill himself, right? If someone had sent that to Leigh Alexander or, anybody else for that matter, then they would she would blow this up and say, look, someone told me #seppuku, these Gamergaters and their harassment and misogynies. So, yeah, this article debunks the idea that Gamergate isn't about sex. Eric Johnson, you're a joke. You are a joke. You are an absolute joke. These people, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Gamergate, we have nothing to fear. These people have no real argument. Their argument consists of shaming tactics, straw man arguments, and just crying and whining. They don't have any real evidence to back up their claims, and when they present pseudo evidence, they're basically exposing that, that connection to Diagra was not just happenstance. It wasn't just how come nobody was attacking Dan Golding? Oh, you don't know who Dan Golding is? He's the guy who started all of this that you didn't know about. And sure, I imagine there are a lot of people who are upset at Dan Golding and who are upset at Diagra. But at the end of the day, attacking Dan Golding or Diagra in that way isn't going to get us the results that we desire. And by attacking them that way, I do not mean sending them death threats and bomb threats and rape threats and anything like that. I'm not talking about sending threats. I'm talking about criticizing them and calling them out. Because the gaming websites are the ones who ran with these articles. Who gives a fuck if Dan Golding made some post that no one knows about? People find out about it when Kotaku and Gamasutra and everyone else and Polygon and Ars Technica and everyone takes these articles and runs with it and says, yeah, guys, fuck you, you fucking misogynists. Check your privilege, why don't you? You know, it's just... Oh my God. Like, what is this? I mean, Eric, thank you for writing this article, but... Like... These people are so bad. They don't know what they're doing. And I guess that's the end of the article. There's like 3 comments by some morons. I'm not going to bother to read those. So, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to try to get this out to Sargon and see if he can make some sense of this, because I'm just at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for everything. I can't.